verse of the day is taken from 1 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4, and it reads, "But as we were allowed of God to be put in trust with the gospel, even so we speak not as pleasing men, but God which trieth our hearts." Here ends a portion of God's holy word. I honor it by saying, thanks be to God. Hi guys, welcome back to Christian Bible School. Hope you all have been keeping well and keeping safe. Free from people's approval. There's a world of difference between performing for people's approval. So there's a world of difference between performing for people's approval and being free to minister to their needs because you know you already have God's approval. Striving for approval is like any other drug. You can never get enough of it. And like all junkies, you go crazy when it's withheld. It places you at the mercy of other people's opinions, and as a result, you live on an emotional roller coaster. That's not how God wants you to live. Paul was free to speak the truth in love, to confront people, or to be gentle with them. When someone told Paul they didn't like him, he didn't lose sleep over it because his security and self-worth weren't built on their acceptance. So most people nowadays, like if a person said things to them like that, like they didn't like them, they would actually lose sleep over that, because they will be up in the night thinking, why they don't like me, what's wrong, why they don't like me, and everything like that. But Paul wasn't like that, because his security and self-worth weren't built on people's acceptance. We speak as men approved by God. Paul didn't go around comparing himself with others, demonstrating his superiority by trying to be top dog or the one who's always in charge. Knowing he already had God's approval set him free from such anxiety and meant he could enjoy the life God called him to. When we are immature, we worry about what others think of us. But as we become more mature, realize that most of the time they aren't thinking about us at all. They're too busy thinking about themselves or worrying about what we think of them. Knowing you have God's approval gives you the strength to deal with criticism and conflict, because you're secure in your identity, and your identity is this: you're redeemed, called, and approved by God. So if you're one of the persons that is losing sleep over someone's opinion on your life and about you, you need to stop, because your security and self-worth aren't built on their acceptance. And you don't need their approval of anything, because you already have God's approval. And God's approval gives you the strength to deal with all those criticism and all those opinions about you and conflict, because you're secure in your identity, and your identity is this: you're redeemed, called, and approved by God.